every personnel of Nigeria Police, Nigeria Navy, if you have all this institution mentioned and you are or you are in Biafra land, resign. They bring you to Biafra resign because once you have that uniform on, you are the enemy and you are our enemy. This is the last win and last call for you to resign. If you are to pull up your cloth and resign and look for contact where you can contact me or someone of your group you want to serve the Biafra army or the Biafra. You're not in Biafra land, it is your problem. You can die in the north, that is your business. Pull up your cloth and stop killing Biafrans. We'll catch you in the uniform, it doesn't matter who you are gone.
And then let's go. Just watch this video. Come on, this man now making a video. Ordinary person called. When you have ordinary person, you see EJ tell I want to go on social media. You WhatsApp, my Facebook, and I want to make man. But what man I come about? Tomorrow the exposition I come na from about no. The man Jimmy Legend. The man Jimmy Legend. Even the man na one of go to have na one because I brought any human being. I never even a military still. I find again on Aruna way. I want to have the worst of it. I would come to say. I want to Aruna way. Why get you ready? Even you see I don't know why. I was Egypt this man is a social media. What I can see. Get some money what I need. I'm you will remember watch the man confirm whatever need. Nini na le fwa against the goal. Na so to I want to win. I na upload. Okay, you know as my o ya la go ni me wrong my want to win. Na this man. Check it man. This check it. Check it. Man go na go. Go na go. So okay one. O kale o ma mo bi na the all the go with okay, I'm going na no at boy the I went to na no the chama you sha na dia to say o tell me o de man say ka someone na wo na wo na wo one back na go na wo na you dey even nini na le kwa against it na so the one we ko dey I wanna wewu kwa na okay ina ya lazima diwe ya do wanna wewu na this man no chege ma chege ma di ona go owu ko mula ba ke because owu wa owu ka owu ma ina ba ma le bu na gba ko na gba mi ni na we na
that is why I've always told you that when you take my name to, so long as my hands are clean, the people will bring the evidence to use against you. If you take my name to do evil when I have not got to do evil in Biafra's trouble, you will be exposed in the right time. Even your husband will send the information and the evidence to use against you. Your daughter will send me the information that we are going to use to expose you. Your husband, your children, your family members will send me the information we are going to use to expose you. I've been saying this thing from day one.
There's nobody mad people everywhere. What you don't know is bigger than you. 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 Hey, he don't make me over. He don't make me over. He don't make me over. This your G. He don't make me over. The what you can do to a black man is to talk about it. The one thing you can do to a black man is to talk about black man.
Marigesi.
Wrong with the wisdom ability of the blonde man. My God.
Okay, Baba, whoa. Okay, Baba, whoa. Amen.
Whenever houses come as strangers and find they given a place to
Okay, Baba, whoa. Okay, Baba, whoa. Amen.
Thank you, Biafrans. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, depending on your time zone. I salute each and every one of you from here. We are on Egos Kings channels and our television, whichever one you want to call it. I salute you all for always being there. I greet you all in the name of the Lord. I greet you all in the name of our God. I bless the day that Elohim was very kind to me and he created me a Biafran. I bless the womb that gave birth to me in Biafra land. I bless that faithful day that I was brought into this planet Earth and I was born in Biafra land. I bless that very day that Elohim commissioned Mazi Nnamdi Kanu for this very quest of the restoration of Biafra. I bless the day that Mazi Simon Ekpa was also chosen for this very work. And I bless all of you that are here today for the immense work that you all are doing. Because one thing our leader said is, if you are not choosing for this work, you cannot do it. It doesn't matter how much you forced yourself. It doesn't matter how much you want to force yourself. Free man, good morning, good afternoon, or good evening from here, my brother. I salute you from here. I greet all of you in the name of our God and every Biafran that are home and abroad that are supporting this very movement. May Elohim be kind to you. Without wasting much of our time, we will move forward to what we have today because there's no time to waste. Today we are going to be looking at a topic I titled, Why Must We Give a Room for This? Why must we give a room for this? Why? There's something the world, British, Fulani, Islamic Caliphate, the Arab world, some of the enemies of Biafra, there's something that they have worked hard over the years. The descendants of Usman Dan Fodio, there's something they have worked hard over the years for us to give room to. There's something they have worked hard for over the years, persuading us, forcefully implementing it, forcefully implementing, dragging us into something that we said no to. We want to ask questions this evening. We want to ask those that are dragging us to the mess that we said we don't want to be a part of. We want to ask them, why must we give room? We want to ask them, why must we give room to this? We want to ask them, why must we give room to this? Freeman, thank you. Please hit the like button, share to all platforms so that many people will know that we are here, we are on, and we're live. Thank you, Freeman. May Elohim bless you. We want to ask this question to all these that are serving the Fulanis. Why must we give room for the quest or the request or the agenda of Usman Dan Fodio? There's a video I will be playing for us here and I will analyze it. But before going to this video to analyze it, there's something I also want to point out for you. Every other person we might listen to this statement of this man here that was talking about our prime minister. You might have listened to it. There's something I want to point out from there. There's something I want to point out. There's something this man said. What is wrong with my system? Please, a little moment, please. What is wrong?
Go with it. Okay, I'm going to go to the. I want to go to the confirm my name. Ndini na le pagẹ tẹ̀sí ìdàkọ̀ ẹ̀ tó tó wọ́n ewu ẹ̀kọ́ àti wọn náà wéwu wọ́n ní àwọn òkè òdòwò kí náà yàrá sí màdìwọ́ wọ́n yàrá pé ní ilé mi àdó ọmọ ìpá náà wé náà this man no tíṣe èké ma tíṣe èké ní máa dìbò náà ọ̀nà àgbọ̀tọ̀ ọ̀gùn ọ̀gùn náà bẹ̀rẹ̀ kẹ̀kẹ́ ọ̀gùn kẹwàá ọ̀gùn kàkẹ́ ọ̀gùn àmọ́ mi yóò jù ibe sita chioma odi maka ọgwụ ọrụ maka ọgwụ adịjọ ọ na-ekwe adịjọ ọgwụ n'ebe a because abụrụ ka ezite onye nụ ya dị aka n'ụwa hịdadụ ọnya kwụsiecha ezite onye na ọbụla kwụsiecha ụmụnne na-adịka na nwapụta ugwu kwụsiecha malọ eji maka ọsị na ya na Simon ebe na-adị na mmụọ ya bụ trusted of Simon ebe na-apụta kwe nkecha edutekwu ezi izite manụ kọmanda ESN ọpụta Kusiacha.
Panic. Yeah, I love it. They're panicking. It's panic.
Nah, if I say, oh, the go neighbor. Okay, I'm going to go to the. I want to build the one on the. The children want to do sha. There's nothing you would tell me. Nah, this man, this again. The man, the man, go. Very common because all came on. Oh, you in a moment, we have to score. We are maybe in a where we are nice.
That is why I've always told you that where you take my name to, so long as my hands are clean, people will bring the evidence to use against you. If you take my name to do evil, when I have not come to do evil in Biafra's trouble, you will be exposed in the right time. Even your husband will send
He dey make me yo. He dey make me yo. Miss Yoji, he dey make me yo. The one thing I do to a black man is to talk about it. The one thing I do to a black man is to talk about it. He dey make me yo. I'm on he dey make me yo. You dey say he dey make me yo. I go to ask you to look me over. Open the fools everywhere. Open the fools everywhere. Open the fools everywhere. they pay me, oh, I'm on you, they pay me, oh, it is so cheap, they pay me, oh, I'm going to ask you, they pay me, oh, your voice, keep us up, everything, blood, man, on. Grace, see, I'm not bad guy, you know. But the one for master. I'm not gonna I get away with it. All them is on their car.
Sorry, Biafrans, I didn't even know that I muted myself. Sorry about that. This system, we're going to get over it by the time we do the necessary thing we have to do to get everything in a good condition. So as I was saying, on what that man was saying on that video, the man asked, he was asking somebody that he should please look at this man dancing on this video. Look at him for me. You people are the ones that has the spiritual eyes. Can you check this man for me to confirm that this man, whether he's an ordinary man or not? Can you confirm for me to know if this man is an ordinary man or not? That is a very strong statement. He asked, confirm for me to know if this man is an ordinary man or not. Do you know how many people that have gone to the mountains, to the valley, to the oceans, to the waters, to all the deities in this world, just to see that Mazi Simon Ekpa is brought down? Do you know how many sacrifices that are done on the head of this man on daily basis? And at the end of the day, none of those sacrifices will be working. At the end of the day, those sacrifices will be a wasted effort. Do you know how many sacrifices? This man said that they should check for him to know if this man is an ordinary person or not. So he was asking, is this man an ordinary man? Do you think if Mazi Simon Ekpa is an ordinary human being, that he have not been called by the powers that be in our land, by Elohim that instituted that this Biafra will come? If Mazi Simon Ekpa is not called, that he called himself, and he's doing the things that you see him do, Mazi Simon Ekpa would have gone RIP since. But do you know why they are unable to send him to RIP? Because Simon Ekpa is doing the work he's doing genuinely. He's genuinely doing his work. He's serving the people of Biafra. He's not lying to the people of Biafra. He's diligent doing his work. That is why all the places they have taken his name to, none is working. That is not our message today. But I just want to pinch on that observations. There are many more. Why we are still, or why we are where we are today, is because of the doggedness of this man. If this man have soiled his hand in one place or the other, that he's in any whether, let me tell you how spiritual things work. Let me tell you how things work in the spirit. If somebody wants to do something to you, and you are innocent of that crime, if that person calls you in the spiritual realm, he will do you no harm, or she will do you no harm. But if there's a guilt speaking against you, what he's looking for is a guilt that he will lay hold on. That's why, let me also tell you what this thing. Sometimes people that come to you looking for your trouble, for you and them to quarrel. Are you getting me? Or that person will purposely do something to you that will make you get angry and talk back at the person. It's not ordinary. Sometimes such people can be manipulated. They don't know what they are doing. Are you getting me? But it's only one thing that they want to achieve. The person that they instigated to quarrel you or to get you provoked to get angry might not even know that it's being used. But the people that is remote controlling the whole thing understands what they want to achieve. And let me tell you what it is like. Before they find something against you in the spiritual realm, and the person have checked all around you're clean, you don't have a past record with that person, you have not killed anybody, no blood guilt, no record of defrauding people, no record of any cause hovering over your head. Please, you give me like 2 minutes. Let me get water. Sorry about that, please.
Whenever houses come as strangers and find they give a place to settle down and carry on their trade as strangers, they call it Sango or Zongo. Is that not so? Zango, yes. We call it Sango. That's how we understand it. Yes. So that expression Sango or Zango stands for stranger elements who have been accommodated in the indigenous area. Not so?
That's not so. Let me explain. That's my 9 minutes.
Are you indigenous to? Are your people in Zion houses in Ota indigenous to Ota? Sango Ota.
They can be indigenous. It all depends.
Okay, tell us your definition of indigenous.
Thank you. Indigenous, really, I mean, by the definition of indigenous, it gives you indigenship. Or you want me just to let me give you an
Give us the Hausa definition.
Sorry, I'm back. Sorry about that. I have to get water. My throat is not. So as I was saying, if the enemy wants to hurt you, they are determined to hurt you. They are projecting something against you. They will first check the environment, check to see if there's any curse on your head. If there's a curse on your head, they already have a legal ground. What the enemy is looking for is a legal ground. Enemy does not work on an illegal platform to hurt anybody. No. They will look for something that they will legalize. There are laws that governs everything. So these things is what they have checked. There is no platform where they will stand to judge Simon Ekpa. There's no platform where they will stand to judge Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, because all these people are very clean to them, to be compared to them. All these people are very clean in the spirit than them. That is why they cannot hurt them. And I want to tell us here, I'm digressing. This is not what we want to do. I'm digressing. But it is important that I tell us, Diana, you're welcome. It's important that I tell us this. Sometimes somebody will just come up to you without any cause. Sometimes you don't even know the person. Sometimes you use, where did I even know this person from? But the only thing is looking for is what you will say. My brother, my sister, if you can control your temper, it is true you can beat him. It is true you can talk back at him. It is true you can say anything to him and or her, and she will not do anything. Do not let your world go out. The words you say is what they will use to snare you. Let me go to what we are doing. I don't think. Let me not disturb you with all this. Dear friends, we are here to look at why we will not give room to some things in Biafra land. It's not everything we are going to give room to. It's not everything we are going to give room to because, oh, this is the way international community set it as a standard, or this is the way other countries are doing it. We are not going to give room to so many things. And that is what I have come this evening for us to discuss. As we are preparing to go to Finland, as we have been hammering on the restoration of Biafra, redeclaration of Biafra, come December the 2nd, 2024. Some of the things our fathers resisted, that today we have a place we can call a land of Biafra that we are protected. One is what this man is going to say. I don't want it to come from my mouth. We are going to take it off from here. We'll take it off from here. Because our people say, a wise person learns from what that happened to others. It's only the foolish one wants it to happen to him before he'll be able to learn. It's only a foolish person will want that evil to happen to him before he will now say, okay, this thing that these people are saying is true. It's true. We don't want it to happen to us. We don't want it to happen to us. We want to block it as much as quick as possible.
So that expression Sango or Zango stands for stranger elements who have been accommodated in indigenous areas. Is that not so?
That's not so. Let me explain.
Whenever
I want to
houses come as strangers and find a given a place to settle down and carry on their trade as strangers, they call it Sango or Zongo. Is that not so? Zango, yes.
There's something I want to correct, an impression I want to correct from this, the beginning of this speech. The impression I want to correct, do you see how demonic these people called Fulani can be? Do you see the reason why we are telling you, our leader told you, these people have a long-time plan? Everything that they want to achieve in 200 years, in 1,000 years, they plan it today. And they will be taking it one after another. And every generation that comes will key into that plan. These people, as at the time, timid time, when people's eyes have not opened. Remember, before now, you call them Hausa Fulani. So these people anchored their this in their name. They hide their name under Hausa name. When they come to your land, you're receiving them as Hausa, not as Fulani. So the place they are debating now whether Fulani people are indigenous too in Sangota, according to them. They are not Hausa people there. They are Fulani. Because Hausa people don't move from place to place looking for land to start snatch. Hausa people don't do it. Yoruba people don't do it. Igbo people, Biafrans don't do it. It's only Fulanis that are moving from place to place looking for land that they will grab for themselves. So now these people hide under outside. Even the lawyer is also ignorant of the whole game that is playing out. Because if the lawyer is smart enough to understand what Mazi Nnamdi Kanu know that he taught us, what we know today, he will, this question that he's asking this Janjaweed will not be the best question to ask him. I just want to correct that impression. These people you're looking at, that this man is asking questions, is not an Hausa person. He's a Fulani man. And that's just the way it is.
Let's song go. That's how we understand it. Yes. So that expression, Sango or Zango, stands for stranger elements who have been accommodated in those areas. Is that not so?
That's not so. Let me explain. That's not so. And I mean it.
Are you indigenous to, are your people in houses in Ota? To Ota, sir?
They can be indigenous. It all depends.
Okay, tell us your definition of indigenous.
Thank you. Indigenous, really, I mean, by the definition of Nigerian Constitution, gives you indigenship. Or you want me to just really, I mean, give you an
give us the Hausa definition of indigenous. Leave the Constitution alone.
All right.
Did you hear what the Fulani man said? Biafran in Rifonye Fulani aku. Unti yo ye in Rifonye Fulani aku. He said, when he's asked, the lawyer was smart to ask him, when your people come to a place and you are given a land as strangers, what do you call it in your language? In your Fulani language? That is the right question. But every one of them, do you see that this fear of the Fulani started from the time immemorial? This lawyer here, he will know that this person is talking to is not an Hausa person, that is a Fulani. But instead of him to call it for what it is, calling this man Fulani, what did you call this thing in your Fulani language? It would have been. The video is not clear. Yes, you know it's an old video. It's an old video. It's an old video. It's an old video. It's not that clear. Freeman, it's an old video. It's a video that was recorded a very long time ago. It's an old video, so please bear with me. They asked him, what do you call? What the definition? What is your people's definition of indigenous people? And they asked him, is your people indigenous to Zangota or Sangota, whatever name they give to it? And this man said that his people can be indigenous to Sangota. It all depends from the angle you're looking at it. And the lawyer asked him, can you give us a definition of Sangot, of indigenous in your own language? And he said that so long as that person is a Nigerian, that the Nigerian constitution has given them indigenousship to Sangota. Can your eyes be open now to see the reason why we say there will be no Fulani settlement in our land? Did you hear when that lawyer said, if you come to a village and they give you settlement, and the people of that village give you settlement, a place to settle, and at the end of the day, as long as you conduct yourself, as long as you comport yourself, as long as you are good, you are in your best behavior, that you will not have any problem with the people in that place. But once you are behaving abnormal, that the indigenous people, the owners of the land, has the right to inject you. And this man said that that is not the case with them in Sangota. Could you put your shoe, put yourself, put your village in the shoe of the people that own Sangota? Can you put your village in their shoe? That your village in Enugu, former Enugu state, where Mba is struggling, doing everything to give Fulani a settlement. Where in Ebonyi, they are struggling to make sure that Fulani have a settlement. You know, former Owerri, Olu State, Iguacha, where they are planning to give them a settlement. By the time they give them settlement and they stay there for 20, 30, 40 years, any day you will not go there and say, please, we need this land. We want to develop it. We want to build hospitals and schools here. Those that you're going to meet will tell you, what are you saying? We are indigenous to this place. And as an indigenous citizens, you accord us the right that nobody will come here to demolish or inject us out from this place. There's a time our leader said this, that what the Britain advised them, that the only way to infiltrate us to accomplish their goal is to make sure they have settlement in all the 36 states of the Federation, that is the only way to conquer it. And since then till now, they have been devising so many means. They have been plotting and plotting and plotting just to have a stronghold in our land. So that tomorrow your children, my children, will come out and go and hire lawyers and paying them to come and prove that my village is my village. That somebody, a total stranger that I never knew before, is not an indigenous person to my land. May God forbid that day from coming.
In my own view, if you stay,
Don't give us your personal view. How do you know the indigenous meaning? How do your people consider the expression indigenous? What does it mean to you, to your people? Not you personally.
to our people, being indigenous in an environment is to have been at least in first instance born there. If you are born and your own great parents came to the place for whatever reason, and they stayed there all the time that you are also born.
Are you listening to the definition of indigenous person from the Fulani perspective? Are you listening, Biafrans? Are you listening to the definition of a Fulani perspective of what indigenous person should be? Are you listening to the definition of indigenous person from the Fulani point of view? That once you go to any village, any state, and you are born there, automatically you become an indigenous person. Then I want to ask some of our brothers, because we have a lot of them that have US citizenship, UK citizenship, which Mazen Nnamdi Kanu, our leader, was one of those that has UK citizenship. Let me ask you, if Mazen Nnamdi Kanu is regarded as an indigenous person because of the number of years Mazen Nnamdi Kanu have stayed in the UK, because of number of years he have stayed, acquire knowledge, even contributing to grow the society, that Mazen Nnamdi Kanu should be an indigenous person to UK, and the United States will abandon him because of what they want to profit in Nigeria? The answer is no. This man said once they come to your forest and they put their tent and they give birth there, that everything that they give, all the urchins that they give birth to in that place, automatically become an indigenous person. That's why, is it not Shetima? It's not Shetima. That this man is like he's from Sokoto. I will look for that video. I will look for it. I'll look for it so that it will not be hearsay. It will not be hearsay. That man said on live interview that a Fulani man sees himself more like, if he's in Enugu, he's a Enugu Fulani. If he's in Anambra, Old Anambra, he's in Anambra Fulani. If he's in Bayelsa, he's a Bayelsa Fulani. He sees himself as a Enugu man, sees himself as an Anambra man, sees himself as a Bayelsa man, sees himself as a Boy man.
It's as simple as that. Yes.
Is that so?
That is.
The thing shocked the lawyer. So for the fact that you were born in Sangota and many years that you have lived there, automatically you have become an indigenous person. You will share the same thing with the indigenous, as an indigenous person of Sangota. You will do everything that they do, all their tradition and everything. You can do it. You can even campaign, be elected into political offices. You can you now understand why they have emirs in Yoruba land that are settling land dispute? Can you now understand why there's anemia in Yoruba land, in the heart of Yoruba, that are settling land dispute in Yoruba land. Not the king of Yoruba, not what did they even used to call their king? Somebody please. What did they used to call their king? Yoruba people. What did they used to call their king? Somebody please write it. Let me help. What did they used to call their king? In Yoruba land, a Fulani man is anemia, and he's not just anemia, he's settling land dispute in Lagos State. In Yoruba land. Can you imagine that? Oba, my brother. Thank you. God bless you, Freeman. Oba Chinenye Obiefuna, you're welcome. We are not talking about Oba settling land dispute between Yorubas, his brothers. Anybody that want to come into the studio, you can click on the distance and come in. We have limited time. We are going to continue with this video tomorrow. We will do justice to this video before we stop. By tomorrow, I will do justice to it before we will call it a day and move to another video. There's a lot to talk about. This man said that the only thing that gives him a legal right in Sangota, this Sangota is in us. And according to the lawyer, they went to Sangota and live at the heart of Sangota. At the heart. So from there, they will grow at the center of the place. You know, once your enemy come inside your midst, you know what it means when people will tell you, say, I want to know you, or na Awusa Fulani abatago ka mana nsowodo. Nyanda abago hime. And now, it's no longer that these Sango people, that the Ota people, showed their fathers mercy and give them a place to rest their head. That when they bring their cattle, at least a place they can build their small tent to sleep. At least a place of rest. At least a place they can cook food and do one or two things to rest. It's no longer business as usual. Now that good thing that you did, you want to be a good Samaritan. You want to go be a good person. That good thing that other people did to Fulanis has turned now against them. They have brought out the real nature of vulture that is in them. And they want to start eating this other people. And they have been eating them till now. I want you, if you are in Lagos, if you know this environment very well, go and verify. These people are still occupying that place and advancing on a daily basis. They are still in that place. They have not been injected out. And as each day passes by, they are growing in their numbers. And they are bringing more foreigners to themselves. This is what Mazi Simon Ekpa, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu fought and still fighting against. That will not have any settlement of the Fulani, where we will wake up tomorrow, or our children will wake up tomorrow, that they will need to come and prove how their land is their land or that of the Fulani. Because in the next 1,000 years, by then, many of us will have become a great grandfathers. And our children that we are still here in those days, Fulani will now tell them that they will be the local government chairman, or they want to rename the community where they are. Then they will now ask them how. Onye kpọrọ unu ụmụnna. ịma na-ekewa oke ụmụnna ka onye ọwụna na-ada ama oge ọwụna na-eke ife ụmụnna ọwụna ije bụ meeting ụmụnna, you will not really understand what your identity is. O nwere ka ọwụrọ nna gị onye na-akpọ papa ahụ mụrụ gị. Mana kwefuru nwa obere mkpi ahụ ụmụnna na-ada egbu. Mkpi ahụ nwee ife sie enu. Mkpi ahụ nwee ife sie. Maka na kama anyị ahapụ oke ịghara oke gị ebe a nya ka enwee ife ya ewelu ebe a. Echetala n'isi ho duru dị na ngwuru a. N'isi ho na ngwuru a. Na anyị na-agha wụrụ ụmụnna ka ije chọọ ebe nna gị dị n'ebe a ka ya ahata oke. Na oke ha dịrị ebe a. Iche ma egwuregwu iche ma na ama njakịrị. Ine ha anya n'ihu ịfụ na ha miniri. Oge ahụ ijeje chọwa ife daba na mmiri. Iwere ihu chọwa ife daba na mmiri. Karịa oge karịa iji ọgba hụ na ha gwara ugbo iwere n'ụkwụ chọwa ife daba na mmiri. Oge ahụ iwere abalị jee chọwa ewu ojii. That is what this Fulani will do to any people. Just like they did. Example is here. Glaring on your face. Example is the Hausa people. These Hausa people that they are using their name now to judge the Fulanis. So this record now, if you should listen to this record in another 1 million years, what the name you are hearing is Hausa, not Fulani. So a Fulani man can also be there and say, ha, these Hausa people, they are troublesome. They are troublemakers. Look at what somebody is saying. By then, the land that he's standing on, where he's listening to this message, is not his. It's where they capture the people there, remove them forcefully, rename the place, and occupy it. But he will be standing on that land and telling you, oh, that's why I love my people. We don't go after people's property. We don't go after. Hey, but look at the history. The history is there. Go and check it. The history said is Hausa people. How will you come and prove that this video is not truly Hausa people that they are talking about, that is Fulani? If we did not do all these corrections, if Mazi Nnamdi Kanu did not come, if we did not change the narrative of yesterday, you will still be called the black sheep. You will still be called the bad guy. You will still be called the one that doesn't love people. But what we are protecting is the future of our people. The next generation. What their life will look like. We don't want them to come and start competing with the Fulanis. Having land dispute with Fulanis in our own ancestral land. May God forbid. We cannot have land dispute with the Fulanis in our own ancestral land. Look at the Ota people going to court, taking Fulani to their court, to a Fulani court. How can you win Fulani in the Fulani court? It is not possible. Nigeria is Fulani court. That's why this man is very strong in his word. That once Constitution of Nigeria says so, so it is. That's why they will never want anything that will happen to Nigeria, that Nigeria will disintegrate. Because once Nigeria disintegrates, every plan of the Fulani for years has disintegrated. That is what the fight is all about. The fight is all about who is going to do what. The fight is all about everything that the Fulani is doing today are all embedded in that name, One Nigeria. That's why they change it to One Nigeria. You must remain one. My brother Freeman, it is not possible because people are fighting. But it would have been very possible if we did not fight. But because we are fighting, it is not possible. But had it been we folded our arms and waiting for God to come down from heaven and do our fighting for us, it would have been more than possible. That is just the truth. That is why we're asking today. Why must we give a room to this type of debate? Why must we allow our ancestral land to be turned to a debate, whether for us to come and bring validation to prove that we are truly the true owners of. Do you know? Can you just for a minute think about, wrap your head over this thing? That where you know now as your village, that one day somebody will call you, not as a joke, but in the real sense of it, that you need to come and prove yourself to be an indigenous person to that land for it to be ascertained that truly you are the real owner of that land. That is the worst thing that will happen to you if we should allow it to happen. But Elohim, through Mazi Simon Ekpa and the government, Biafra Republic government in Ezra and the homeland, will not allow it to happen. It will not happen. Not now, not tomorrow, not ever. It will never happen. We will never be in a situation we will need to prove ourselves to be the owners, the real owners of Biafra land. Do you know what God deposited in this land? Everybody wants it. Everybody. Everybody wants it. Good weather, everything. If any name na Igbo, name on emeru n'oke. If any name na Biafra, na-emeru n'oke. Everything has its time. When God said there are time and seasons to everything. If you want to have first-hand experience to those things that are written, come to Biafra land, you will see there is time and season to everything. And they want it at all cost. But the Biafrans, through the Prime Minister of the Biafra Republic government in exile, have said no, not in our time. It will never happen, not while we are here.
Oh my Lord.
Right. Okay. So when your ancestors first get there, they are usually given the strangers by the owners to occupy.
All right.
That's not so.
That's not true. They were never given any land by anybody, any kind of people.
So in Sango Ota, the houses who come there, they just pack up the land.
you see that there are different perspectives.
Will you answer my question? In such places, when the houses get into a strange country for the first time, they just take over the land, capture it, and become indigenous.
Our own case is different.
Who are you? Who are you?
Did you hear that? We'll be stopping these brokers here. Did you hear what this man said? The barrister asked him, the first time that your fathers came to that altar, what are they? Did they came in as an indigenous people? Or did they came in as strangers? And that place was given to them to settle. And this man in response said that that is not the situation. And the barrister asked him, give me an answer to the question I asked you. And he said, he ended up by saying that their own case is different. Because the barrister asked him, so you guys just went there and captured the people there, send them to RIP and take over the place to be your own. And this man said, no, that is not the case. But their own case is different. As the Fulanis, their own case is different. Do you know why he told you that? Because in their mindset, the way they are groomed, the way they are raised, they were told that the world belongs to them. That they don't have any restriction, that there's no place in the world that they should be restricted. That they should conquer everywhere and dominate it with the few number that they have. This is the reason we will keep on fighting until we are free. This is the reason you will be warming up in few days, few months from now. We'll be heading to Finland. What are your plans? What are you doing so that you will not give room to this type of nonsense? Because this is complete madness. I'm listening to this video, the thing was turning my stomach. This is complete madness, my people. That I will need to prove that my father's land is my father's land before somebody will agree with me that what I'm saying is true. May God forbid that. So, dear friends, I want to encourage you that has an understanding of what is really going on, you that has an understanding of what the fight is all about, that the fight is not who will control mineral resources, no. The fight is for ownership. For ownership. Who is going to own the land? And Biafrans owns the land. Elohim gave them to us. And there's nothing in this life that will take it away from us. Thank you so much, Biafrans. I salute each and every one of you for your always being here, coming to listen to what we have to say. We will keep on changing the narrative of yesterday until the day Biafra comes, and even beyond when Biafra is restored. This gospel will keep on going on until those that did not have understanding of what the Fulanese has done against indigenous peoples in so many parts of this contraption will have that understanding and extend the message of the Biafrans to them. Because what we want to do is that anywhere they go and say that they are Nigerians, they will spit at them. Anywhere they go, they say that they are Nigerians, people will spit at them. That is where we are headed. And you will be part of that history. One day, these things that we are doing, these things that Mazen Nnamdi Kanu, Simon Ekpa is doing, will be a history that our children is going to be reading in schools. And your effort, your work will be there. May Elohim continue to bless you. See you very soon in Biafra land. And see you in Finland as we will go to sign the documents. May Elohim bless you and keep you safe till Biafra come. God bless you, everyone that come. Freeman, my brother, Chinenye Obiefuna, Sonny, and every other person there. I greet each and every one of you in the name of the Lord. He said, do have a lovely day today. God bless you.